Hello, my name is Robin Skinner. I'm the Chief Technology Officer with Acrotrend, and I want to talk to you today about why we created Delta for OBIEE. In the typical OBIEE project, you have a development environment which starts with an initial project. This then goes through a system test cycle and a UAT cycle before being deployed on production. Then there's a core project which adds further data sources, adds more reports and dashboards, and generally goes out to a wider audience of users as well. Again, that has to go through the deployment cycle, and, and then there's an update project and probably a series of update projects which again go through a deployment cycle before going into production. After that initial project is delivered, users start to build their own reports in production, start to define their own reports which perhaps are specific to their job roles or create answers that aren't reports that aren't really catered for by the original development team. And over time the number of reports builds up, and in mature OBIEE environments it's quite usual to find thousands of user-defined reports in production. So the challenge becomes, how do you deal with that as you are deploying new functionality and trying to move the system forward? And that unique challenge of trying to take the data warehouse, the Common Enterprise Information Model or repository, and the development produced reports and deploy them into production without adversely impacting the user-defined reports is a real challenge for OBIEE users. So as we move enhancements across from the development system into the test system, we can use the Oracle BI Administrator tool to find out the changes between the two different repositories, but it's very hard then to come up with, okay, what elements of the WebCat are affected by that, and therefore to know which reports need to be tested in order to exercise those specific parts of the repository that have changed. So what we hear from clients is that the safe answer that they take is, we're going to test everything. We're going to do a complete regression test every time we put through changes. So what Delta allows us to do is see what the changes are between the two repositories, but then also see what the affected reports are within the web catalog that are dependent on those areas within the repository, and therefore what the potential impact is going to be. That allows us to take an intelligent approach to testing and say, we're only going to test those areas that we know have been affected by the changes. The benefit of that being that you can reduce the amount of effort that you're expending in the test area, and you can speed up your development cycle. So now, why not go and look at our other video which actually shows us using Delta and demonstrating it. Thanks a lot.